What's that on that beat? Oh.
I was good on my own, that's the way it was. That's the way it was. You was good on the low for a faded fuck. Okay, hey YouTube, thank you so much for tuning in. It's Vicious Vonnie here, and today I will be doing a quick little hair tutorial on my current style, which is Bohemian locks or goddess faux locks or whatever locks, mini locks, whatever locks you want to call them. I call these Bohemian locks just because I think that these are smaller than the average goddess locks. These are really small. I did my parts really small so that my hair could be really full. As you can see, there's a lot of hair on my head. That's why I call these Bohemian locks. And also because I call these Bohemian locks because they're a little bit messier than the average goddess locks. So today I will be showing you how to do these. So stay tuned. For the Bohemian locks, you're gonna need 3 different types of hair. And the first type you're gonna need is a wavy textured hair to go on the bottom. Now on the bottom, I use 2 different types of hair on some of the locks. Like this is the wavy texture I'm talking about. And then I also used a more curly texture, which is something like this. And when you use the 2 different textures underneath, it just creates more dynamic, more of a natural look. Everything doesn't look so uniform, it's so perfect. So starting off, you need like a wavy texture, and for that hair I use the free tress braid deep twist in 22 inches, and it's crocheted braiding hair. I don't have the curlier texture with me right now, it's in my room, but I mean any curly texture that you're comfortable with you can use as your second texture to go underneath. And then you need a kinkier textured hair, and for mine I use the Cuban twist equal brand Marley hair in 16 inches, and it looks like this. You also will need a pair of scissors and a comb, but I don't really need a comb because my hair is already done, so I'm just gonna take one of these locks out and show you how I achieve this look. So I don't need a comb, it's not like I'm parting my hair. First guys, before I do show you guys how to do these, I want to kind of show you what my hair looks like up close. So this is what the ends look like up close. My ends are like all different lengths, all different curl patterns, very messy, very natural. From the back, my parts from the back. You should have your section. This is what mine looks like. This is the size of mine. And what you're gonna do, let me just tie this out the way. What you're gonna do is you are going to take your free tress wavy hair. I have a pack that's already open. And you're gonna take a small slither. This is what the hair looks like. You're gonna take a small slither of the hair. You're gonna pull it apart, and you're gonna be left with this. Now, what you're gonna do is you're gonna attach this to your natural hair to form a braid. So, because we're using this one strand as a double-ended strand, our hair is gonna be the third leg or the third strand of hair. So, you're gonna just attach the hair to your own. you're going to keep braiding. Now we're going to take our Cuban twist hair, this hair, and the hair comes pre-separated into strands. So we're going to take one of the strands and we're going to split this one strand into thirds. So 3 different strands. 1. And I'll show you what we do with the other 2 strands. Sometimes you may not need all 3 strands because, like I said, some of my locks are different lengths. So sometimes you might not even need all 3 strands. And this one is in the front of my head, so I'm probably only going to use 1 or maybe 2 strands, because in the front I do want my locks to be shorter so that it gives a more layered effect, goes from short to long. So in the front I may only use 1 strand on this piece depending on how long it is, or I may use 2. Definitely won't use 3. But what you're going to do is you're going to take that 1 strand that you separated, place it underneath your braid, and then you're just going to begin to wrap this strand around the braid that you created. And what I'm doing right now is I'm wrapping at the root. So I wrapped at the root about 4, maybe 5 times just to secure that root there, right? And then you're going to begin to wrap down. Then you're going to push up, and that secures the root even more. And what I do at the end is when I notice it's like really huge, we don't want it bulky at the end because the lock is supposed to get smaller. It's supposed to taper as we go along. That gives it a more natural effect. So when I notice a little bulk in the Marley hair, what I'll do is just pull it out. And then you have a thinner piece. That is key. That is key, guys. Now what we're going to do when we're at the end of our lock, you're just going to knot it. And I knot mines. Sometimes I knot it once. Sometimes I knot it 2 times. Sometimes I knot it 3 times. I just knotted this one 4 times. So after you knot it, you're going to go wrap the excess hair back up. And the reason why sometimes I knot some of mine once, sometimes I knot them twice, sometimes I knot them 3 times or 4 times or whatever, the less you knot your ends, the more likely it is that your lock will unravel and puff up. So some of mine are very, very puffy and they're unraveling. This probably was one that I knotted only once. And I want some of mine to have this look. So some of my locks I've only knotted 1 time. Some of them I knot 2 times, some of them I knot 3 times. The ones I knot 3 times are probably just ones that have basically no imperfections to them, no puffiness whatsoever, like this. This was probably knotted 3 times. So that's another key. Knot some of them once, some of them twice, some of them 3 times. So what you're gonna do after you finish your lock, after you have wrapped back up, you should still have another piece of Marley hair here. And what you're gonna do is you're just gonna cut that Marley hair off. And you should, with the free truss hair underneath, you should be able to see, because we double ended it, remember? Was like this when we braided it on. One end, another end, and then we just braided it on, right? So what I'm saying is you should be able to see the 2 different ends of your free tress hair. I see mine, it's right here. So what I'm gonna do, because I like my ends thin, I don't like very, very blunt, thick, curly ends on goddess locks. I don't like that look. So what I do is I just cut one of the ends off. And then rotate it in my finger and kind of give it a little layered chop. And there you have your lock. So that's it, guys. That is my Bohemian locks, goddess locks, or whatever locks you want to call it, tutorial. And I really hope that you guys enjoyed this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you would like to see more videos, hit that subscribe button. Happy New Year to you all. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.
But you never could imagine, never thought you could have it. You need